5. Questions to ask them when they want you back. Have you ever had that moment where the very person who broke your heart, the one who left you shattered, suddenly pops back into your life? It could be a late-night text that casually says, "Hey, how have you been?" Or maybe they jump right into the heavy stuff. "I miss you. I've changed. Can we try again?" And for a second, your heart skips a beat. You think, could this be it? Is this what I've been holding out for? But something inside you hesitates. Because if they truly valued you, if they honestly loved you, why did they let you go in the first place? Why did it take losing you for them to realize your worth? This is where so many people stumble. They take their ex back without thinking, swept up by emotion, nostalgia, or the comfort of something familiar. But a second chance should never be handed out like a free pass. If you let them back in without asking the hard questions, without requiring them to earn your trust, you risk sending a dangerous message that they can walk away and return whenever they please, that your love is unconditional even at the cost of your dignity, and that your self-worth is something up for negotiation. Before you open that door again, you need to stop and ask, do they really deserve a second chance? Not because you're lonely, not because you miss them, but because they've actually changed. Today, I'll give you 5 powerful questions you need to ask, questions that go far beyond "I miss you" and "I've changed." These will reveal whether they're truly different or just looking for comfort. Drop this affirmation in the comments before we dive in. I deserve love that doesn't need second chances. Question number 1. What do you truly want from me? Love or relief from loneliness? This is the question that slices straight through the fluff. Are they coming back because they miss you? Or are they just trying to escape the cold reality of being alone? Because here's the truth, someone who genuinely wants you back isn't coming from a place of panic or emptiness. They've done the inner work, they've grown, they've realized, on their own, that losing you was the biggest mistake they ever made. But regret isn't the same as transformation. Wanting you back doesn't mean they're actually ready for you. You need to find out what they're truly after. Is it you they miss, or the comfort, affection, and stability you gave them? There's a big difference. Sometimes people confuse missing someone with valuing them, but love isn't just about missing someone in a quiet moment. It's not about trying to fill a void or quiet the silence of an empty bed. If your ex is only reaching out because they're afraid of being alone, that's not love, that's fear. And fear fades the moment comfort returns. That's when the cycle begins again, and you'll be back where you started, but with even more pain. A person who really sees your worth will approach you with patience. They won't pressure you, they won't bombard you with guilt, or try to fast-track reconciliation. Instead, they'll respect your boundaries and understand that trust must be rebuilt over time. So ask them directly, what exactly do you want from me? Their answer will say everything. Drop this in the comments if this resonates. I am not someone's comfort zone. I am someone's choice. Question number 2. How will you rebuild trust? Let's be real. Something broke. Whether it was betrayal, lies, abandonment, or just disappearing when you needed them most, trust was damaged. And love alone doesn't fix that. It might feel good in the moment, but trust? That takes time. It takes effort. It takes proof. So if your ex is saying they want a second chance, ask them, how exactly do you plan to earn my trust again? It's not enough to say I've changed or it won't happen again. Anyone can say that. The real test is how they act when things get hard again, when they're frustrated, tempted, or triggered. Have they truly changed, or are they just hoping you'll forget? Trust isn't a switch you flip back on. It's something they have to build, slowly, piece by piece. A partner who truly gets the pain they caused will never rush your healing. They won't pressure you to move on just to ease their own guilt. They won't act entitled to forgiveness. Instead, they'll own what they did, completely. No excuses, no blame shifting, no, but you did this too. Just full accountability and the willingness to show up every day and be different. If they can't clearly explain how they'll rebuild what they broke, if they get defensive or impatient, that tells you everything. Because someone who actually respects you will also respect the time it takes to regain your trust. Drop this in the comments. My trust is earned, not given. Question number 3. What changed? Me, you, or just your emotions? People don't suddenly want their ex back out of nowhere. Something changed. But what exactly was it? Did they suddenly notice your glow up? Did they see you moving on and realize what they lost? Or did they go through something real that made them grow into the partner you always deserved? If their answer is vague, if they say, I just miss you, or I realized how much I love you, without being able to point to any real changes, be careful. Emotions are temporary. Fear of loss can feel like love, but it isn't. Jealousy and regret can create urgency, but not transformation. Ask them directly, what exactly has changed since you left? A person who has genuinely evolved will be able to tell you how they've changed, why, and what they've done to make sure they don't repeat the past. They'll reference growth, therapy, reflection, something tangible. But if they only talk about feelings, about missing you or feeling different, you're likely just a reaction to their loneliness, not the result of their growth. Relationships can't be built on nostalgia or fear of regret. They must be grounded in real transformation and emotional maturity. If they can't tell you what shifted within them, then nothing will be different this time. You'll just be living the same story on a new page. Drop this in the comments. I will not mistake loneliness for love. Question number 4. What exactly do you regret? Here's the thing. I'm sorry doesn't always mean what we think it does. Some people apologize not because they hurt you, but because they hate the consequences of losing you. So you need to ask, what do you actually regret? Is it the way they treated you, or just the fact that they don't have access to you anymore? There's a big difference between regretting what they did and regretting that it cost them someone who cared. A real apology goes deeper than a few sad words or teary eyes. It includes reflection, clarity, responsibility. Someone who genuinely regrets hurting you will be able to name what they did wrong, understand why it happened, and explain what they've done to make sure it won't happen again. But if they can't do that, if they're still minimizing, blaming, or skipping past the details, it means they haven't really thought about your pain. They're not there to fix anything. They just want relief from their guilt. And if that's the case, you owe it to yourself to walk away, because you don't need an apology born from discomfort. You deserve one rooted in accountability. Drop this in the comments. I won't settle for guilt. I deserve real accountability. Question number 5. How do you plan to handle conflict differently this time? Let's face it, conflict is where most relationships fall apart, not just from the argument itself, but how people respond to discomfort, anger, or emotional distance. Do they shut down? Do they lash out? Do they leave when things get tough? So ask them, when we hit the next rough patch, and we will, how are you going to respond differently? If all they can say is, I'll do better, or we won't fight like before, they're not prepared. Conflict is inevitable in any relationship, but growth means learning how to handle it differently, not avoiding it altogether. A partner who's done the inner work will come back with tools: healthy communication, emotional regulation, the ability to pause instead of react. They'll understand that fighting fair matters more than never fighting at all. But if they're just promising peace without a plan, you'll find yourself right back in the same emotional chaos. They need to show they've learned how to stay when things get messy, not just when everything is good. Drop this in the comments. I want peace, not silence. Growth, not comfort. Here's what it all comes down to. You are not a second chance. You are not someone's safe fallback. You are someone to be chosen, consciously, consistently, and with clarity. If your ex can't answer these questions with honesty, depth, and real action, then maybe the question isn't whether they deserve another chance. It's whether they should have had access to you in the first place. Remember, anyone can say they've changed, but it's not their words. It's what they're willing to do that reveals the truth. Drop your final affirmation in the comments. I choose myself before I choose anyone else.